Cutting ties with key partner, the move made by renewable energy company Ørsted in its efforts to build a wind farm off of our coast.
And student gun scheme, we're telling you about the second arrest that was made in the Cape Henlopen High School gun scare from last week.
Milton Waterworks, what property owners could decide this weekend for the future of the town's water system.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And it is January 26, 2024. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick. Welcome to our 6 o'clock hour.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'm Paige Marley.
All right, and we move along. Can we talk about how this warm weather getting out the door this morning?
Oh, my gosh. It felt like, you said it earlier, it felt like May, not January.
It does.
It's amazing. And this is like not us complaining. We're not like, feels like May. Feels like May outside, so get outside. I think I'm going to take a dog for a walk.
Yeah.
Maybe eat dinner outside on a patio somewhere. Join me. Well, I won't be on Delmarva, but do it yourself, you know?
Right. Yeah. Lots of activities
Lots of activities. Let's bring in First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. I'm just waiting, Bob. Like, nothing's going to ruin my plans, right? I can eat dinner outside.
You can, but just, it's location, location, location. It's like the old real estate saying, along the coast, it's going to be much cooler. Inland is where it'll be mild today. And we do have areas of fog this morning. Right now, the visibility is much better. But that said, we're still seeing areas of dense fog, especially along the coast right now. That's where we have a dense marine fog advisory until the noon hour from Lewis down to Ocean Pines and then Atlantic Ocean back through Delaware Bay as well. Then to the north into Kent County and parts of the eastern shore, we also have dense fog there. It is very mild inland right now. 66 Salisbury, Georgetown 64, Seaford 64, Milton 63. But if you are going to eat outside along the coast, it's in the 40s right now. That's pretty chilly to be eating al fresco. 49 Bethany Beach and Rehoboth, and cooler into Ocean City. As we're seeing a southwest breeze right now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, a few light spotty showers, but the big story is the warmth. And we have this stationary front dividing the cooler air from the warmer air, and we'll be seeing that warm air with the southwesterly wind, mid-60s today, maybe a stray shower. We're into the low 70s this afternoon from Ellendale to Lewis, and cooler along the coast, and maybe a stray shower as we go into the inland areas. So we're looking at temperatures in the 60s and 70s today, but big changes for the weekend. I'll have much more on your weekend forecast coming up in just a bit.
Well, this morning, the effort in finding new money for a proposed wind farm off of our coast continues. It was less than 24 hours ago that we learned renewable energy company Ørsted is cutting its ties with the state of Maryland. This deals with the effort in the Skipjack Wind Farm project. This impacts Governor Wes Moore's aggressive energy policy. The wind farm has been a source of controversy since it was announced. We went to Ocean City to get a better sense of how this development is being received. And here's what one person told us.
They're producing jobs from the local area. I'm not too certain about that. Are the benefits from the wind farm coming to the area? I'm not too certain about that.
And we will break down the Ørsted announcement and the response from Maryland's governor later on CoastTV News Today.
Well, this morning, some changes to Delaware's medical marijuana code moving forward after getting approval by one chamber in the General Assembly. On Thursday, the State House voted 26-10 to approve this amendment. It removes the requirement for a patient to have a debilitating medical condition to qualify for a medical marijuana card. Instead, healthcare providers, they will determine if the patient qualifies. This is now in the state Senate for review.
We have developing news. We now know that a second teen turned himself into Delaware State Police. This is the case of the gun that was brought to Cape Henlopen High School. Teens arrested, they're not going to be charged as adults.
Troopers say a 15-year-old student passed a gun to a 17-year-old at a Rehoboth Beach home last Tuesday, and then they conspired to conceal it at school the following day.
Now, troopers say the 15-year-old who turned himself in is being charged with possession of a deadly weapon by a person under 18, also possession of a firearm in a safe school zone, and conspiracy second degree.
Police say the student was also issued a no-contact order with the Cape Henlopen School District.
And in a statement to CoastTV News, Superintendent Bob Fulton says, quote, "The second arrest is a direct result of the Delaware State Police's investigation of last week's incident at Cape Henlopen High School. The district is continuing to fully cooperate with Delaware State Police. The district says neither student has returned to the school since the incident on January 17th. Disciplinary actions will be addressed per both the Student Code of Conduct and state law."
A man was arrested in Milton on felony gun charges this week. Delaware State Police say 32-year-old Alonzo Coker of Felton was speeding on Coastal Highway near Eagle Crest Road. Troopers say Coker's license was revoked and he had a gun concealed under things on the floor of his vehicle. Coker was then committed to Sussex Correctional Institution on more than $25,000 cash bond. Now, carrying a concealed firearm, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of a firearm by a person prohibited driving with a suspended or revoked driver's license, and speeding are some of those charges.
In the final budget he will submit as Delaware's governor, John Carney is putting a focus on public schools and health care.
Yeah, the proposed budget made public on Thursday is more than 8% larger than last year. Carney wants to invest $2 billion into health care and $2.1 billion into public education.
It includes over $122 million to make the salaries of state jobs more competitive. And according to Carney, goal is to start teachers at a salary of $60,000 by 2028.
The budget aims to pay $169.5 million to renovate and build new schools statewide. The governor is hoping to increase funding for Medicaid and insurance plans by spending $200 million more on the health care in this year's budget.
It's nearly 40% of our operating budget. This is an item that had been a priority if we had established a priority of ours starting the administration, try to get our arms around healthcare cost inflation, not just for state employees, not just for Medicaid, but for businesses across our state.
And the budget must clear the Delaware General Assembly before Governor Carney can sign that into law. Now, that is supposed to happen coming up here June 30th. That is the last day of the legislative session. Then the new fiscal year, that begins July 1st.
Happening Saturday in Milton, town officials claim millions of dollars needed for upgrades to the water system, and property owners, they will make the determination to allow Milton to borrow that money. What is being proposed is over $1.7 million for water main replacement under Cary, Walnut, Magnolia, Mill Streets, and Bay Avenue. Nearly $4 million for the Federal Street Water Tower. The borrowed money will come from the Delaware Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, and voting in person will be at the fire station on Front Street from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
People at a nursing home are recovering from an overnight fire. It was along John J. Williams Highway at the Cadia Healthcare Nursing Home. Now, ultimately, the fire was contained to a mechanical room thanks to the on-site sprinkler system.
The evacuation was started, but as a result of the containment of the fire, there will be no residents displaced.
$1 million grant is set to increase primary care access in Sussex County. BB Healthcare says the money from Highmark, Delaware will help pay for a new clinic in Longneck for the family medicine residency. Now, with a full staff of residents, doctors say they'll be able to provide about 7,000 primary care appointments, and a groundbreaking event will be scheduled for later this year with the developer.
All right, check this out. You're taking a look at the brand new state-of-the-art athletic facility at Seaford High School. The revamped building has a bit of everything, from the school logo, new weight room equipment, and training spaces. The Seaford School District says capacity restrictions during the COVID-19 pandemic prompted the remodeling of this space. The district also saying the building is centrally located in the heart of the athletic fields of the middle and high school campuses. All right, and as we continue on this morning, I think we're going to talk about some national news
let's
now.
go to legislation
Right.
to address the crisis at the southern border. I'm going to have to wait until next year. Republicans are helping negotiate a bipartisan Senate deal.
Yeah, but former President Donald Trump now he's urging his party to stop it. Amy Kiley shows us the intense battle that's happening between the federal government and some views from the Texas governor.
I hope no one is trying to take this away for campaign purposes.
Some Republicans backing a Senate border deal are expressing frustration. That's after former President Donald Trump urged his party to reject it.
I don't doubt that he wants a perfect deal, so do I on it. But we've got to be able to figure out how to be able to do something right now.
Trump says passage would let Democrats share the political win.
I just reject the idea that we should reserve a crisis for a better time to solve it.
Hardline House Republicans already say they don't want to compromise. New obstacles mean the bumpy path to a deal might be at a dead end.
They're saying, hey, to protect President Trump, we need to make sure we don't vote on this.
Polls show immigration is the top issue for GOP voters. Now a border bill might not be possible this year. It could take even longer if Republicans don't win total control of the government and still won't compromise. That is, unless Democrats meet all their demands. In Texas, Governor Greg Abbott says he's fed up. He's ordering further deployment of razor wire along parts of the Rio Grande. That's despite a Supreme Court ruling that lets Border Control take it down. Abbott cites a constitutional right to rally troops during invasions.
It's not the kind of invasion that they were thinking of in 1787.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
There's a lot more news to get to in this hour of Coast TV News Today.
Yeah, coming up, pushing for another way to lay loved ones to rest. We'll show you a new proposal that's making its way through the Delaware General Assembly.
And the Lewis line still on the line. We'll tell you what came out of a city council discussion on that topic and what's next. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Also, we're going to have possible hunting changes in the first state, the policy involving game birds. That is coming up next.
He makes it look so easy. Reigning champions Ilya Malinin, Isabeau Levito, and Chalkin Bates defend their crowns at the Prevagen U.S. Figure Skating Championships. Tonight, 8 Eastern on NBC and Peacock.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise, let's go!
Your host, Dakota Johnson.
Oh my God!
With musical guest, Justin Timberlake.
So great.
When I decided to have my kitchen done, I knew I wanted it done professionally, and that's when I contacted Ellen. She took me to the Delmarva Design Center.
From the moment I bring a customer into Delmarva Design Center, the ideas start to flow. First thing we do is take a stroll around the showroom so we can look at all the different vignettes to get ideas of what they like and see what they react to.
For each of the different aspects that I wanted to change in my kitchen, there were experts here, and everyone was so helpful. They listened to what I had to say, and they had great ideas that helped me put together exactly what I wanted for my kitchen.
My goal is to have the customer enjoy their space as quickly as possible, and Delmarva Design Center helps me do that.
My kitchen is one of my favorite places now. It's something that I use every single day of my life. I'm elated with my experience at the Delmarva Design Center.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Just about 6:12 on this foggy Friday morning. Tyndall's Casual Furniture camera, 65 in Laurel, but much cooler along the coast right now. Visibility, not bad inland. Still seeing that patchy fog. It's not showing it here, but it is thicker along the coast. Dense marine fog advisory until noon for the coast. We also have a dense fog advisory to our north and west. You can see the 60s inland right now, and even some 50s, and wow, 45 in Ocean City right now, so a big temperature contrast out there. Kiddos at the bus stop, be careful. Watch out, everybody, for the lower visibility off the school 63, and then heading home 68 with a few scattered showers.
All right, new this morning, hunters in Delaware may have more opportunities when it comes to game birds. On Thursday, a bill in the State House was approved. This eliminates the ban on hunting game birds like geese and doves on Sunday. Currently, deer can still be hunted on Sundays, and this amendment is now in the Senate for consideration.
The Chesapeake Bay program has released its annual Bay Barometer report showcasing progress in the Chesapeake Bay's watershed, health, and restoration. Now, according to that report, female blue crab numbers, they've increased by 12%. Over 1 million acres of land have been protected from development. Additionally, oyster reef restoration and public access to the bay are well on track. However, some challenges still remain in some areas, like forest buffer planting and wetland restoration. We have more details about that report on CoastTVnews.com. Apple's European customers soon facing some new fees and restrictions with software downloads outside the App Store. That's according to the Wall Street Journal. This all comes after the European Commission began to enforce the Digital Markets Act that aims to cut down the power of big tech firms. The European rules are designed to make it easier now for customers to move between services.
Tesla shares plunged as much as 11% after the market opened on Thursday. $73 billion of the company's market value wiped out hours after the company warned of slowing growth in electric car sales and existential threat from Chinese rivals. The drop comes as Tesla continues developing the next generation vehicle. Likely it'll be a lower price model.
More to come this morning. The future of the Lewis line still on the line. We'll tell you what's next for that and the driving controversy in the city.
Visibility looking pretty good right now in our Tidal Health Cam and Seaford. 65 degrees, incredibly warm inland, cooler along the coast. Everybody cools down into the weekend with more rain to come, even colder into next week. I'll have the details on Futurecast after the break.
Enjoy an evening of elegance and unmask a child's future at the 10th Annual Boys and Girls Club Masquerade Ball. Dress up and bring your finest mask to the Lighthouse Cove Event Center in Dewey Beach on Saturday, February 24th. Doors open at 6 for live and silent auctions, an open bar, dinner, and dancing. Save the date and help fund scholarships and key initiatives that benefit kids in our community. For more information, call 302-841-9639.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second one. Order now.
Weather shapes our lives. At CoastTV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. CoastTV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Welcome the new season with a deep cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians will renew your carpets, air ducts, upholstery, tile floors, and more, clearing away the dust and debris. We clean using powerful proprietary equipment and family-safe cleaning solutions to leave your space looking and feeling fresh. Call or go online to schedule your professional cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
.16 on this Friday. Live look now at Salisbury, and Bob, we are talking 70s today. After that, bit of a drop.
Yeah, yep. All good things must come to an end, Matt. You know, anytime you have this kind of warmth in January, you get to think, how long is this going to last and what's down the line? And, well, we're looking at cooler weather and wetter weather as well. Make sure you scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. And our 5-day temperature trend, average high is 45. We'll be around 70 today. The record in Georgetown is 75. I don't think we'll get there, but I think we're looking at a lot of lower 70s inland. Cooler at the beaches, then everybody cools down Saturday, 55. Then we're into the 40s beginning Sunday, and then those 40s continue right into Monday and Tuesday. So looks like winter returns next week. But right now, it's lower visibility, especially along the coast, inland bays and the ocean. Dense marine fog advisory until noon there. Nothing in Sussex County. We still have areas of fog, but a dense fog advisory on into Kent County and the eastern shore of Maryland, as well as officially visibility looks good, but I'm still a little leery. I think we still have areas of patchy fog out there as we have some clouds, possibly a sprinkle this morning, and we could see a sprinkle, but the bigger story is this warm southwest flow. We've got a stationary boundary right over the top of us, so to the north of it today, it's going to be cooler and cooler along the beaches, but inland it'll be warmer, and we've got a few scattered showers too, and a cold front back to the west, and that will start to move in as we go into the weekend. Here's our temperatures now. This is incredible. Low to mid 60s from Salisbury all the way to Delaware to Lewis, but then 52 Bethany Beach, 45 in Ocean City, so much cooler there. We've got a southwesterly wind that will continue to bring in the mild air, mid 60s at noon, and then a lot of locations inland, low 70s this afternoon, 50s and 60s along the coast. Could see a few showers this evening, and then the much cooler air builds in tonight. It's a Saturday morning. Now here's the shock. Temperatures in the 40s, so goodbye 60s. We're dropping about 20 degrees tomorrow. because by the afternoon, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies and temperatures into the 50s, even 40s into Saturday evening as our winds are coming out of the southwest, gusty this morning, and then they'll shift to the northwest as we go into tonight and Saturday, then eventually out of the east. And that will bring in the cooler air and the moisture. And the next system that comes in Saturday night and Sunday, promising rain and wind, maybe wintry precipitation well to our north, maybe rain lingering on Monday, and then much cooler weather as we're looking at an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of rain as we go through the next few days. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We go from 70 today to 55 on Saturday, rain later Saturday into Sunday, then much colder into next week, some lingering showers Monday, then highs only in the 40s after that and remaining dry.
Thank you so much. Hey guys, don't forget, we are so excited to announce we have a brand new Facebook page for the latest in news, exclusive content, and some interactive discussions. To make sure to visit and follow our new page. You can head over to facebook.com/CoastTVNBC. You can also scan that QR code right there on your screen to stay connected with us.
A lot of talk, not a lot more action on the Lewis bus line in Lewis. This after Mayor Andrew Williams and the City Council did not come to a decision about its future. According to city officials, 2024 is the last year of the bus Lewis line system. It's based on the city's agreement with DelDOT, a system where people can call and have a bus pick them up. That's an option that's being looked at, as well as a scaled-back program that would run 9 hours Friday through Sunday. Some businesses in Lewis told Coast TV that the bus system helps bring more customers in because, well, riders don't have to worry about parking during that busy season. Potential action on the bus system's future could occur at the February City Council meeting.
We have more information now on why the historic Lewis Farmers Market wants to ban dogs. The market told council this move comes after increasing safety concerns, including concerns of dogs getting into a fight and children being bitten. Market officials have noted a high number of dogs in the past season, potentially leading to public health risks. Service animals, those would continue to be allowed. The City Council will also review this proposal in their February meeting.
Well, still ahead, a different way to decompose. We're going to tell you about a new proposal that would offer a way to lay your loved ones to rest.
Icy cold, cool things to do for the last weekend of January. Coming up, the taste, tours, and trucks that will take you into the wild this weekend.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Michael Anderson of Anderson Wealth Management has the strategies you need to help plan your retirement. Catch Wise Money right here on WRDE.
It's been a tough year, but we couldn't be more thankful.
With your help, we've raised more than $300,000 for Bless Our Children.
Hi, I'm Elisa Titus with Shell Brothers, and we would like to give an extra special thank you to all the businesses, groups, organizations, and individuals who stepped up to the Shell Brothers Challenge and donated $1,000 or more to the Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign.
Your generosity allowed us to give holiday funds to local charitable organizations on Delmarva. You can feel proud that you helped make the season brighter for many local families on Delmarva.
On behalf of Draper Media and Shell Brothers, a heartfelt thank you to you all.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
Embrace a new journey and kickstart your New Year's resolution in a brand new Subaru from Gateway Subaru. Discover the 2024 Subaru Outback, which represents Subaru's commitment to safety, innovation, and adventure. Right now, lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Plus, Gateway has more in-stock Subaru inventory to choose from than other dealers have combined. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Coverage on the road, in your community, along the coast. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, live on the street, day or night. From breaking news to weather in your town. The IG Burton First Alert Weather Jeep, coverage you can count on. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV. Download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
We have details of a chemical emergency in Pocomoke City. The Worcester County Fire Marshal says one patient had been exposed to iodine monochloride at Ricca Chemical Company. 2 other victims were also confirmed. This is after another employee there and a first responder were with the original patient during treatment. Fire marshal says hazmat team members entered the facility in fully wrapped in chemical-resistant suits to document and determine the safety of the scene before cleanup efforts could begin. The agency says all the victims reported respiratory irritation and were decontaminated before being taken to the hospital for further evaluation and treatment.
Death is always a somber subject, but for those who are considering what they want done with their body after they pass away, there are a number of options. And now the House of Representatives in Delaware are considering legislation around natural organic reduction. This alternative respectfully recycles human remains by turning them into soil. Parcel Funeral Home in Lewis says the process is similar to cremation, but it's without carbon emissions.
I think this gives a gentle alternative to some of the disposition options that are out there, and I think everyone has considered reducing their carbon footprint or a way we can help to protect our environment going forward.
Next, the bill on natural organic reduction will go to the Senate. If that's approved, it will take at least 12 months before this becomes an option in funeral homes.
And it does bring us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, would you consider human composting for end-of-life services?
We've never asked a question like this before, have we? All right. 34% of you say definitely. You're on board. Make it happen. 10% maybe. 49% of you unlikely. Maybe you're still considering it. Okay. 7% say you're only doing the traditional stuff.
Yeah, those first three, at least it's in play.
Yeah.
Just varying degrees of being in play, and only 7% saying no way.
I haven't voted because I need to think more about it.
Yeah.
Normally I vote earlier, but
I voted, but I'm keeping my ballot.
yeah, I won't ask you. Don't worry. Okay. Hey, you can still head to coasttv.com or our mobile app if you haven't voted yet.
All right, let's get to something fun.
Yeah.
First part of the fun. First alert meteorologist Bob Trihey. Always fun.
Yes.
But a lot of people, we are counting down to Sunday and the Ravens AFC Championship game.
Absolutely. And do quarterbacks throw the ball a lot in the rain? Mahomes?
Big passing day numbers.
Okay. Because that's going to be the scenario. If you're going to the game, you're going to need the rain gear. Also need to layer up because it will be cold. And our in-house Baltimore Ravens fan, that is Alex Seymour. This is his predicted score. Baltimore 34, the Chiefs 20. And at kickoff, we're looking at clouds and showers and temperatures into the mid-40s. And I think we're pretty much in the low to mid-40s all game long. But the rain and weather certainly will be an issue. I'll have much more on your weekend forecast for Delmarva and the return of Old Man Winter next week coming up in about 3 minutes.
Okay, thanks. Well, it is the last weekend of January, and the icy action is well underway in one coastal community.
Coast TV's Mallory Metzner shows us the icy, coolest things to do this weekend.
Head into the wild in Bethany Beach to experience a wintry wonderland. The Fire and Ice Festival is back with a new theme. Over 60,000 pounds of ice is coming to the quiet resorts. There's sculpture tours, live ice carvings, and my personal favorite, the ice rink, which is at Lord's Landscaping in Millville this year. The chili cook-off sparks friendly competition between local restaurants to benefit the Millville Volunteer Fire Company. Take the tasting tour to find themed cocktails at businesses in the Bethany-Fenwick area. Bird lovers are flocking to the beaches for the 9th annual Winter Delmarva Dogfish Birding Weekend. There are walking and hiking tours in places like Cape Henlopen State Park, Prime Hook, and the Indian River Inlet. The Wheelhouse is hosting a tally rally Saturday afternoon for those interested to see which species were spotted and to learn about local birding hotspots. There are no limits for these monster trucks. They'll be back in Salisbury this weekend for wheelie contests, monster truck rides, and races. The Wicomico Youth and Civic Center says kids ages 3 to 9 years old can enter to drive their own Power Wheels racer. Tickets can be purchased online or at the box office before you roll into this exciting event. Grab your golden ticket. The Milton Theater has showtimes through Sunday for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the student main stage production. The theater says this candy-coated adventure is made to be viewed by all ages. There is an interactive map for the Fire and Ice Festival. I have a link to explore it, as well as full event schedules and ticket information for all of these cool things to do in the article on CoastTV.com.
Elevate your business and engage more customers with Draper Media. Our diverse network of media properties such as WBOC, Coast TV, 93.5 The Beach, and 102.5 WBOC reaches over 500,000 Delmarva residents across various channels like television, radio, social media, and digital platforms. Enhance your brand's visibility across the Delmarva region with Draper Media. Our passionate team of media specialists and content creators are dedicated to showcasing your brand through engaging commercials, dynamic drone footage, eye-catching graphic and web design, and social media branding. Share your brand story on our popular programs, capturing the attention of your target audience. Trust your brand with Draper Media, a family-oriented company serving the Delmarva community. Contact Frank Hamilton today at fhamilton@wboc.com to get started.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today.
Every day,
We are adding to the star power in our studio.
the biggest names, only on Today.
Fourth coming in this early, right? Stick around, y'all. These guys are going to be back.
We work here now.
Legit legend right here in Studio One.
We got Olivia Rodrigo.
We're just getting started, folks.
This is Scarlett. She would like to direct the show. Can we go to commercial break now?
Everything and everyone you're talking about, only on Today.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
This is Coast TV News Today.
January 26, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Paige.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paige Marley.
Yeah, 6:30 on this Friday, the final Friday of January.
Yeah.
Still a little foggy in some spots out there, so on your drive, just take a little caution depending on
Definitely.
where you are.
Yeah.
Also, I know there's a lot of excitement. There's been excitement in the newsroom for the people who like to wear purple. Ravens
to wear
AFC
purple.
Championship game.
Yeah, I like to wear purple. There's this big debate because I'm trying to convince everyone to
Yeah.
root for the Ravens because that's technically our home team now.
It's one of them.
You know, Eagles
Yeah.
are out, Commanders are out,
Right.
so I feel like
But
Delmarva.
if you are a fan that is a big rival of the Ravens, you just can't do it, Paige. I'm a fan of the Browns. You can't do that. Plus, there's the whole history, the torrid history of how the Ravens came into being, but that's a story for another day.
that's really getting into it.
It is.
Yeah. Okay.
I know I'm going to feel the wrath of the Raven fans off of that one, but
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't decided who I'm rooting for yet. I think I'm going to go Ravens.
I know how you're going to root. I know.
And purple's my favorite color.
No, you're a Marylander.
I know, but I love Brittany Mahomes. But again, that's another thing we don't have to get into right now.
I forgot about the Brittany Mahomes factor.
I love her.
Bob's got an opinion on this. I'm sure he does.
I know he just doesn't want to see T Swift.
Yeah, that is kind of one thing that I am rooting for the Ravens in that regard. Yeah, because 2 weeks of what is Taylor Swift doing, that might be a little overbearing. But we're looking at some fog out there right now, especially along the coast where we have a dense marine fog advisory. This is until the noon hour from Lewis down into Ocean Pine. Inland areas of Sussex County also seeing fog, but officially a dense fog advisory on into Kent County and the eastern shore of Maryland. Now we're showing 10 miles visibility in Salisbury and Georgetown, but I think we are seeing those areas of patchy fog, especially along the coast. So use extra caution, use those low beam headlights. And look at the 60s inland areas, incredibly mild right now. 66 Salisbury, Georgetown 64, but much cooler along the coast with 40s and 50s as we have a southwesterly breeze. And we continue to see, well, mostly cloudy skies, maybe a sprinkle or two as we do have a stationary front over the top of us. And to the north of that front, it's a little cooler. To the south, we'll continue to see 60s today, even 70s into the afternoon hours and cooler 50s along the coast, and maybe a few showers as we go into the evening hours and staying pretty mild. Here's your checklist for today. Umbrella, use the low beam headlights in the fog. Grab the raincoat as well. Don't need the rain boots, t-shirts and shorts for sure because it'll be mild this afternoon, and grab the shades as well.
Well, big shakeup in an already controversial project. Orsted breaking ties with the state of Maryland and what may be a bid to bring in more money.
Coast TV News reporter Charles Reiner is covering this story, and he has details and new reaction from Governor Wes Moore.
It's a major 966 megawatt wind farm that the company Orsted is looking to build off the coast of Maryland. But after a new announcement today, they're severing ties with the state to do it. Orsted is now looking for private funding for its Skipjack project. calling the partnership with Maryland no longer commercially viable. Despite the change, the end goal is the same. David Hardy, Group Executive Vice President at Ørsted, said today, "We will continue to advance Skipjack's wind development milestones, including construction and operations plan."
People I spoke with tonight here in Ocean City said they're still not too enthusiastic about this project and are hoping that it just doesn't happen at all.
Is it producing jobs from the local area? I'm not too certain about that. Are the benefits from the wind farm coming to the area? I'm not too certain about that.
As Ørsted continues to move forward, Maryland Governor Wes Moore now sees this announcement as a setback. In a statement, Governor Moore said he is, quote, disappointed by the news of Ørsted's repositioning of the Skipjack Wind Project, an effort that has the capacity to impact the lives of so many Marylanders, end quote. The governor has been proactive in pushing a plan for the state to achieve 100% clean energy by the year 2035. He says he will continue to work to do that. I'm Charles Reinert in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Well, new this morning, changes to Delaware's medical marijuana code moving forward after getting approval by one chamber in the General Assembly. On Thursday, the State House voted 26-10 to approve this amendment. It removes a requirement for a patient to have a debilitating medical condition to qualify for a medical marijuana card. Instead, healthcare providers would determine if a patient qualifies. It's now in the state Senate for review.
Happening Saturday in Milton, town officials claim millions of dollars are needed for upgrades to the water system, and property owners, they'll be making the determination to allow Milton to borrow that money. What's being proposed? Over $1.7 million for water main replacement under Cary, Walnut, Magnolia, Mill Streets, and Bay Avenue. Nearly $4 million for the federal street water tower. They borrowed money will come from the Delaware Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, and that voting in person will be at the fire station on Front Street in Milton from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m.
All right, well, here's footage you can see from Rehoboth Beach. It's of the demolition prep of the old beach patrol off of Baltimore Avenue. City wants people to know that demolition work will officially get underway this Monday at 10 a.m., and Mayor Stan Mills will be on hand to take the ceremonial first swing at demolition of the building. Legislation to address the crisis at the southern border might have to wait until next year.
Yeah, many House Republicans already say they don't want to compromise because the Biden administration continues to allow massive numbers of illegal migrants to continue crossing into Texas.
Yeah, polls show immigration, that's a top issue for GOP voters, but now a border bill might not be possible this year.
Could take even longer if Republicans don't win total control of the government, that is, unless Democrats are willing to compromise.
More news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Still ahead, flooding fix on hold. We're telling you why a study in Bethany Beach is not making progress just yet.
Also a Henlopen clash in girls basketball. We've got details. High school, Woodbridge, Del Mar. Stay with us on Coast TV News today.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives. They're coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel, one of the hardest substances on Earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. The Easy Grip rubberized handles deliver incredible control and accuracy to chop salads in seconds and cut frozen solid meat with ease and get razor-thin slices every time. The non-stick surface means food slides right off and they're dishwasher safe. Plus, they'll stay razor sharp guaranteed. A complete set of chef knives can cost you hundreds, but today you can get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. Order right now and we'll even ship them to you free. Now get your own NutriBlade knives from Granite Stone. The last knives you'll ever buy.
Call 1-800-645-8074 or go to buynutriblade.com.
From inside Iran, from Israel, from Florida, from Lewiston, Maine. Part of our continued reporting. This is what a country in war looks like. Women, children. What is it like? Countless neighborhoods across the region that look just like this. Everybody good? It took for all this damage to occur.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. you've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
6:38 on this very mild Friday morning, and it's pretty foggy as well. Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Here's Laurel, 66 degrees. You can see it is pretty hazy out there, but the visibility not bad there. And officially 10 miles in Salisbury and Georgetown, but I think along the coast, that is where we're seeing some of that thicker fog. Dense marine fog advisory until noon from Lewis down to Ocean Pines. Sussex County not seeing one, but to the north and west, we are seeing one back to the eastern shore of Maryland. Look at these 60s inland right now, but much cooler 40s and 50s along the coast. If you're taking a stroll along the boardwalk this morning in Rehoboth, we're looking at cloudy skies. All you need is a windbreaker, and watch out, could be a little slick on the boardwalk. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, warming up through the 60s into this afternoon. Inland areas into the low 70s.
A study that attempts to lead to a fix for flooding still has an uncertain future in Bethany Beach. According to the town's assistant manager, there's still no update on when the Back Bay study could start up again. This is due to a lack of funding. Project being handled by the Army Corps of Engineers in Denrec looks to focus on flooding and prepare coastal towns for big storms. Now we went to Bethany Beach to better understand how people feel about this, and here's what one person told us.
It's bad for the people of the town, it's bad for the businesses of the town, it's bad for tourists, it's just bad for the environment, it's bad for everybody.
And the town's Stormwater and Flooding Committee talked about this and other flooding topics this week. That committee is expected to meet again in 2 months.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good morning. And Henlopen Girls Hoops, Woodbridge going for their 6th consecutive victory and facing Del Mar. The Wildcats looking to collect their 2nd straight win over a top team in the Henlopen South. Del Mar traveling to Woodbridge for this one. Reagan Robinson eyeing up the defense, then knocking it down from Tripletown for the Blue Raiders. Then Robinson finding Tiana Neal for the easy deuce, but Del Mar would respond right away on the other side. Layla Brown smothered in defense, but gets it to go down for 2. Next possession, Brown finds Olivia Rich, and she shoots the jumper and gets the friendly bounce for 2. A few minutes later on, Robinson driving to the lane and gets the bucket and the foul. She would get the old-fashioned three-point play right there. And Robinson was on fire tonight. Nothing phases her as she drills another triple. And it wasn't just the offense getting it done for Woodbridge. How about the defense? Tiana Neal getting in a few blocks, then knocking down a steal as well and creating fast break opportunities for the Raiders. But Del Mar would still fight to the very end as Brown gets the lay-in right there. Also, Nevaeh Scott getting in on the action for the Wildcats with a three-pointer of her own. But Reagan Robinson was relentless for the Raiders as Woodbridge goes on to defeat Del Mar 60-35. That'll do it for sports. Have a great day.
In today's entertainment news, we have insights from an Emmy winner and an Oscar nominee. Here's David Daniel with your Hollywood Minute.
On the day that I was born black, I was also born a homosexual. They either believe in freedom and justice for all, or they do not.
Oscar nominee Coleman Domingo says he did not take his role as a civil rights icon in Rustin lightly.
I prepared like I've never prepared before because I knew the impact that it could have. It's rare when a story like this gets told with an openly gay black man in the center. And I want to make sure I gave it as much humanity and complexity and wit, humor, sexuality as possible.
You go and write your stories. Folks need to know about this.
Origin co-star Niecy Nash-Betts praises director Ava DuVernay for bringing the film's theme to the production.
Because we were making a film about this idea of caste and this system of hierarchy, she kind of wanted to do away with that on the set. She took intentional time to go in and speak with our background actors every day to just connect with them and see how they were doing and what's going on and, you know, all of those types of things, because sometimes they can be placed on the bottom, you know, and she was like, no, we will do none of that around here.
Origin expands to wide release today. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Hey, Hey Delmarva, happy Friday. Here's what's happening today at 4 on Coast Life.
Maybe you are looking to bring a new fur baby into your life. We're introducing you to another pet of the week.
And maybe you're feeling a little adventurous this weekend. We're going to show you some snacks, some new things you can try maybe with your kids during TikTok Made Me Try It.
It's also Fun at Work Day, so we're going to be having some fun with our friends at Kids Catch and Tideful Toys.
All of that and more today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
Pohanka Ford wants you to get more in 2024. More features, more safety, and more savings on every new vehicle in stock, including Edge, Explorer, and Bronco. You'll find financing as low as 1.9% for 72 months on a new F-150 pickup. Or take over $5,000 off a new Ford Escape. Plus, Pohanka will give you $500 towards a down payment on a new vehicle. It's happening now. Our Get More in 2024 event at Pohanka Ford of Salisbury.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-316-1548 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
For the world's greatest athletes, there is nothing like competing on the world's biggest stage. An Olympics unlike any other. The Paris Olympics.
Catch the Paris Olympics right here on CoastTV.
Every Friday is Fan Friday.
Wow.
Cash and prizes could be up for grabs. Watch to find out what you could win.
Friday at 7 on CoastTV.
Download the free CoastTV First Alert weather app today.
At Coast Country, we're more than just music. We're a part of Delmarva's heart. Every month, Coast Country Cares, together with Spicer Brothers, steps up to serve our community. We're here helping local organizations and supporting our neighbors all year round. Join us in making a difference. Stay tuned to learn where we'll be next or visit coastcountry.com to see how you can be a part of our mission. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, because we are Delmarva proud.
It is 6:45 on your Friday morning. Let's take a live look right now at Dover. Little bit of light coming in from the back there. Sun's on its way up. It should burn out the rest of that fog you were saying, Bob, because that fog was really no joke in some areas on the way in.
Exactly. Yeah, we have pockets of very dense fog, Paige, and you really have to be careful. Make sure to use the low beam headlights in the fog, and it's thickest along the coast right now. But inland, it's mild, and we are looking at a very, very mild day. Make sure to scan the QR code right there. That will get you to the Coast TV weather app. Important to have as we go into the weekend because we've got big changes on the way. Average high is 45. I'm expecting 70 inland areas today. Now, the record in Georgetown is 75. I don't think we're getting there, but I think a lot of inland locations lower 70s, and then it's over. Party's over. We're looking at cooler conditions for the weekend. Saturday, 55. We're down to 48 on Sunday. I think that's going to be a rainy day, and even cooler Monday into Tuesday with highs only in the low to mid 40s at that time. So big changes on the way, a dose of reality. We do have a dense marine fog advisory until noon right along the coast, and that's where we have that big contrast between the cooler Atlantic Ocean air and then the inland air. So that's where we're looking at that. We also have a dense fog advisory into Kent County and the eastern shore of Maryland. Nothing across Sussex County right now. And visibility-wise, officially 10 miles in Salisbury and Georgetown, but we are seeing those pockets of lower visibility throughout the area, especially along the coast. So really be careful out there and take it slow this morning. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies, and there are a few showers popping up across the eastern shore of Maryland right now, around Easton, back through Centerville, and a little farther south as well. So could get a little bit of rain as we go through the morning hours, as we have a stationary boundary right over the top of us dividing the cooler air to the north and that very warm air to the south. So a big contrast indeed. And we continue with this southwest flow up and down the southeast coast, down into the south where we have more clouds and moisture on the way. And temperatures are warm. 65 in Delmar, 64 in Georgetown and Seaford right now, but only 47 in Bethany Beach, 45 in Ocean Ocean City. So that's a 20-degree swing between the inland areas and along the coast as we're looking at a southwesterly breeze right now. And we're looking at, well, those breezes to continue and looking at temperatures mid-60s and even lower 70s, I think, later on this afternoon. At noon, mid to upper 60s, 50s and 60s along the coast. I think some lower 70s as we go into the 3 o'clock hour. If you see some sunshine, you'll definitely see that. But cooler 50s and 60s along the coast. Very mild this evening. Could see a spotty shower. And then it does start to cool down as we go through the overnight. Winds start to swing around to the north. And a reality check by Saturday morning, we're feeling like 40s at that time and much cooler into Saturday. Lower 50s at noon and only low to mid 50s into the afternoon. And then a very chilly easterly breeze kicking in the evening. But it's a southwest wind really much of today. And then that's shifting to the north as we go into tonight and tomorrow. And then eventually east. And that's ahead of a developing area of low pressure. Brings another area of rain later Saturday into Sunday. This system's colder and it's going to be a raw day heading into Sunday with maybe a wintry mix off to the north. And we're looking at some of that cold rain perhaps lingering into Monday. We could be looking at maybe inch and a half, possibly 2 inches of rain from this next system as we go through the weekend into early next week. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. We go from 70 today to 55 on Saturday. Second half of the weekend is cold and wet, 48 degrees. By Monday, a lingering shower of 43, and then we're back below freezing at night beginning Tuesday morning and highs only in the 40s pretty much all week and dry at least Tuesday through Thursday.
All right, thanks, Bob. And for more weather updates, make sure to pull out your phones and scan the QR code for our First Alert Weather app. You can download the app for free to get all the weather updates you need.
The city of Seaford approved a new partnership with the HELP Initiative. This is the same group that's known for the Seaford Lights display and the safety inspections. Now, this new collaboration will introduce a program involving the police department, which includes funding for additional security cameras and significant upgrades at the police station to improve monitoring capabilities. These improvements are part of a 2-year plan, all aimed at bolstering community safety and visibility.
The condition and cleanup of local parks. It's a topic of debate in Milton, and it may take a vote on what to do about the cleanup. A committee is also scheduled to talk about recent park user survey results. The town's Park and Rec Committee scheduled to meet on Wednesday, and that will be at the Cannery Village Clubhouse.
Town of Greenwood now accepting requests from teams, leagues, or other organizations who wish to reserve the town's ball field in advance for organized sports and recreational activities. These scheduled requests for the spring and early summer season have been extended to February 29th due to the late notice. Those forms can be found at town offices, and the town says reservations will be approved. First come, first served.
Watch for areas of dense fog this morning. Tom and Razor Cam. Visibility not bad looking out on Delaware Bay. 62 in Lewis. Last really warm day, then big changes into the weekend with rain and much cooler weather, especially as we go into next week. I'll have your 10-day forecast coming up after the break.
Discover Coastal Delaware's ultimate senior living experiences at the Lodges of Coastal Delaware. With locations in Rehoboth Beach or Lewis, you can dive into a world of sun, sea, and sand every day. Whether independent living, assisted living, or memory care, here residents enjoy a lively community of friends, laughter, and endless activities. Savor amazing food or grab a drink. The possibilities are endless. Join us and ride the wave of senior living at its finest. No matter the lifestyle you're seeking, we've got options for you.
Coming up this week on the Delmarva Home Show. We're touring a $5 million home in the Heron Harbor neighborhood in Ocean City, Maryland. This home features an open floor plan with panoramic water views of the bay, boat lift and jet ski lift, and a gourmet kitchen. You can watch the Delmarva Home Show on Sundays at 11:30 a.m. on WBOC.
Take the DSN app with you wherever you go and never miss a game from your favorite local team. Whether you're on the road, stuck at the office, or out with friends and family, the DSN app notifies you when your team is on live, so you can watch the game as it happens or watch videos on demand. Keep up with local sports all from one app. From your mobile device to Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV, download the DSN app today. Driven by Preston Automotive Group.
Imagine a knife taking this much abuse and didn't need sharpening. Introducing the incredible NutriBlade knives, coated with granite stone non-stick and made of stainless steel. One of the hardest substances on earth. Now everyone can chop, slice, and dice just like a pro. Order right now to get this professional 6-piece set of NutriBlades for just $29.95. We'll even ship them to you free. Get your own NutriBlade knives, the last knives you'll ever buy.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
Our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
It is 6:53. It's time now for some things you need to know before you go. This morning, the effort in finding new money for proposed wind farm off our coast continues. It was just less than 24 hours ago that we learned renewable energy company Ørsted is cutting its ties with the state of Maryland. This deals with the effort in the Skipjack Wind Farm project. The impacts Governor Wes Moore's aggressive energy policy.
A chemical emergency in Pocomoke City. It drew a large emergency response. The Worcester County Fire Marshal says one patient had been exposed to iodine monochloride at Ricca Chemical Company. 2 other victims were also confirmed after another employee there and a first responder dealt with the original patient during treatment. The fire marshal says hazmat team members rendered the scene safe before cleanup efforts could begin.
Death is always, of course, a somber subject, but for those who are considering what they want done with their body after they pass away, there are now a number of options. The House of Representatives in Delaware considering legislation around natural organic reduction. This is an alternative, respectfully way that recycles human remains and turns them into soil. Parcel Funeral Home in Lewis says the process is similar to cremation, but it's without the carbon emissions.
Hunters in Delaware may have more opportunities when it comes to game birds. On Thursday, a bill in the State House was approved that eliminates the ban on hunting game birds like geese and doves on Sundays. Currently, deer can be hunted on Sundays in Delaware, and this amendment is now in the Senate for consideration.
A lot of talk, not a lot of action on the bus line in Lewis. This comes after Mayor Andrew Williams and the City Council did not come to a decision about the Lewis line's future. That's according to city officials. Now, 2024, the last year of the bus Lewis line system that's based on the city's agreement with DelDOT, a system where people can call a bus to pick them up is an option that they're looking at, as well as a scaled-back program that would run 9 hours Friday through Sunday. Here's some cool news for you now. The inventor behind Disney's live-action lightsaber being honored by the National Inventors Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Lanny Smoot started working at Disney 25 years ago.
The Disney Research Fellow and Imagineer has over 100 patents, 74 of them he created during his time at Disney. Smoot's inventions include the extendable lightsaber used in Disney live entertainment, Disney's new holotile floor, oh, I saw that, it's so cool, and the interactive koi ponds at the Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel. Smoot says he's now working on a handful of new inventions that could lead to even more patents, and he will be inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame during a ceremony in D.C. May 9th. The only other Disney employee to earn the same recognition, Walt Disney himself. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very cool. I love some of the Star Wars stuff they have at Disney, especially in Orlando.
Yes.
They've got the...
Make your own?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think my sons did that
yes.
when we were there. And they also got to go do the Jedi training thing, too. That was very cool.
My fiance, I'm going to put him on blast really quick. He has his lightsaber on display in our home.
I knew that. Didn't want to bring that up. I wasn't going to go there unless you did. But
I love it.
I did know that.
I love the weather today more. Let's bring in Bob before I keep thinking about that lightsaber. All right, Bob. Pretty good day today, huh?
A pretty good day. You know, we are dealing with the fog this morning, guys, especially along the coast. That's where it's the thickest, and it's the coolest there right now, but inland areas, that's where it will be really mild today. We're looking at 60s early on inland, cooler along the beaches, some clouds, a few showers, and then we're looking at lower 70s as we go into the afternoon hours. The record in Georgetown is 75. I don't think we get there. I'm going 70 inland areas. Paul Davis 10-day forecast, much cooler for the weekend. 55 on Saturday. Rain moves in Saturday night on into Sunday, and much cooler there, 48. And then winter's back next week with highs in the 40s. Maybe some lingering showers on Monday. Overnight lows in the 20s and 30s. Looks like another rain chance by Friday, but this is the end of the warm streak, so enjoy today.
We will, Bob. Thank you. And thank you all for joining us on Coast TV News Today.
And for more news and coverage you can count on, go ahead, download our Coast TV News apps. The Today Show, that's coming up next at 7 a.m.
All right, have a fantastic Friday and an even better weekend, Delmarva.